The morning light spilled through the tall corporate windows like liquid gold, warm and soft, unaware of the storm about to change an entire company's destiny. And unaware, too, of the quiet man pushing his cleaning cart down the corridor, a man no one looked at twice. His name was Rafi Calder, a single father who had survived more heartbreak in 10 years than most people meet in a lifetime. On that Tuesday, in the bright hush of dawn, Rafi stumbled on a problem that had baffled scientists, engineers, and high-paid executives for months, a problem worth $100 million. But the story wasn't about the money. It would become about something far greater, something that would shake the CEO to his core the moment Rafi's little daughter whispered 7 tiny words that no one in that glass building would ever forget. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and unseen heroes, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Soul Moment Story. It helps the world hear stories that matter. Rafi moved through the empty hallways with the slow, exhausted steps of someone fighting invisible gravity. His life had not been kind lately. After the death of his wife Leora 3 years earlier, Rafi had tumbled into a quiet kind of despair, the kind where you learn to hide your pain so cleanly that people forget you might feel anything at all. He worked as a janitor at Helixera Tech, a giant innovation firm in Karachi's growing tech district, known for robotics and sustainable energy systems. Every morning, before the employees arrived, Rafi swept the labs, sanitized the equipment rooms, and took brief moments to check the time on the worn watch Leora had given him so he wouldn't be late picking up his daughter Oren from school. Oren was 9, all bright eyes and tangled hair, a little sunbeam who carried her mother's gentleness in the tilt of her smile. Rafi lived entirely for her. He packed her lunch every morning, braided her hair even though he was terrible at it, and read her bedtime stories he barely understood because they were about solar systems and neural nets, things she insisted she'd study one day. She was his reason to keep breathing when grief anchored him inside his own chest. But Rafi carried another secret. Long before he pushed mops and emptied bins, he had been an engineering student with big dreams. He had been good, frighteningly good, the kind of student professors pointed out when giving others hope. Then life shattered under bills, tragedy, and responsibility. He never complained. He just did what he needed to keep Oren fed and safe. Helixera Tech was in crisis that month. Their most ambitious project, a new type of microgrid stabilizer that could store solar energy with unprecedented efficiency, had hit a wall. A glitch kept corrupting the stabilizer's optimization algorithm, causing dangerous surges. Failure meant losing investors, losing credibility, and losing the $100 million they had poured into the development. The board was restless. The staff was exhausted. The CEO, a sharp-eyed titan named Naveen Alvar, was under crushing pressure. And on that warm, bright, ordinary morning, the glitch that haunted them all flickered in plain sight right on a screen Rafi was wiping down. He shouldn't have noticed anything. He shouldn't have understood anything. He wasn't supposed to. But his mind, the same one he had tried to bury under survival and cleaning schedules, woke up the moment he saw a string of numbers updating rapidly, then collapsing into the same failure state the staff had described in panicked whispers for weeks. Rafi froze. He leaned in. Something about that loop pattern, that oscillation, looked familiar, like a fractal form he had once studied back when he still believed life would give him a chance. There was a subtle repeating fault, not in the hardware but in the way the subroutine predicted energy draw. A blind spot. Tiny, almost invisible, but fatal. Rafi felt something old and electric hum inside him. He looked around. No one was there. With trembling fingers, he opened a small notepad he kept in his pocket, one with stains of cleaning chemicals on the edges, and scribbled his observation. He should have walked away. He needed to finish his shift. He needed to pick up Oren. But some doors in life open softly, like whispers telling you to take one step. Rafi stayed 5 extra minutes. Then 20. Then an hour. He cleaned with one hand while solving with the other. By the time the sun climbed high above the skyscrapers, Rafi had mapped out an alternative energy distribution model, messy, handwritten, imperfect, but brilliant. Dangerous, too. If any supervisor saw him touching anything technical, he could lose his job. He folded the paper tightly and tucked it behind his watch. He told himself to forget it. Let the professionals handle it. Let the world move on without him. That was easier. Except the world sometimes has different plans. The crisis worsened that afternoon. Alarms blared. Engineers rushed through halls like a red river of panic. Someone had attempted a patch update and the entire stabilizer prototype overheated. The media had caught wind. The company prepared for humiliation. And in the middle of it all, a senior systems designer, Dr. Maylene Carr, sprinted into the same lab Rafi was quietly mopping. She slammed her laptop on a desk, muttering about scrap metal and sleepless nights. She pulled up the error logs and buried her head in her hands. Rafi's voice cracked when he spoke, not loud, but enough. He told her he might have seen something earlier. Something odd. Maylene had no reason to listen. She was exhausted, frantic, and drowning in technical chaos. But maybe the desperation softened her, or maybe the universe nudged her shoulder, because she asked him to explain. Rafi hesitated. He didn't want to look foolish. But he took out the folded paper, smoothed it with shaking hands, and showed her the mapped pattern. Maylene went still. Her breath hitched. She didn't laugh. She didn't dismiss him. She called the engineering director. Within minutes, half a dozen specialists circled around Rafi's scribbled paper like it was a sacred relic. By evening, Helixera Tech was buzzing with shock. Rafi had not just spotted an error, he had proposed a fix so elegant that one of the lead architects whispered that it belonged in a graduate-level physics journal. Word traveled fast. The CEO heard it before he even knew the janitor's name. He demanded a full demonstration the next morning. Rafi did not sleep that night. He sat beside Oren as she drew pictures of planets and robots, unaware of the storm building around her father. She noticed he was shaking. He told her it was just nerves. She hugged him, her small arms warm with trust. And for the first time in years, Rafi felt a strange ache, the ache of hope trying to break through old scars. The next day unfolded under blazing sunlight. The company auditorium filled with suits, investors, and icy-eyed board members. The stabilizer prototype sat on a center platform, wires gleaming like veins. Rafi stood off to the side in his janitor uniform, clutching the old watch Leora had given him. Naveen Alvar stepped forward, sleek and confident, though there was an unmistakable tension twitching at his temple. They ran the test using Rafi's adjustment. The stabilizer hummed. Then glowed. Then stabilized perfectly, for the first time in 8 months. Gasps erupted. Someone clapped. Someone else whispered that millions of dollars in losses had just reversed in under 60 seconds. The investors stared at Rafi like he was a ghost. Naveen approached him while his staff watched in stunned silence. He asked Rafi how he had known. Rafi, voice thick, heart pounding, explained his background, how he had dropped out when life collapsed, how he had forgotten he could still think like this. Naveen's mouth tightened, complicated emotions flickering behind his eyes. Something like shame. Something like admiration. Something like realization that greatness had been sweeping his floors for years. Before anyone could speak again, the doors to the auditorium swung open and Oren rushed in with her backpack bouncing against her small frame. She had begged the receptionist to let her in because she knew something important was happening to her father. She ran straight to Rafi, grabbed his hand, and looked up at Naveen with eyes full of gentle fierceness. And then she said 7 tiny words, soft, simple, but powerful enough to freeze the CEO in place. Please don't take my daddy away. The room went silent. Rafi's breath faltered. Naveen's face shifted, the hardness melting like frost under sunlight. Because in that single sentence, the truth exploded open. Oren wasn't asking for reward, fame, or opportunity. She thought her father was in trouble. She thought he might lose the only job keeping their world afloat. And for the first time, the board members and investors saw not a janitor, not a glitch in their hierarchy, but a father doing everything in his power to protect the one person he loved most. Naveen knelt down so he and Oren were eye level. People held their breath, unsure of what would happen next. He stood slowly and announced that Helixera Tech had made a terrible mistake, not in their algorithms, but in failing to recognize the brilliance sitting right under their noses. He offered Rafi a full engineering scholarship, a paid internship, and immediate advancement into the research division once he completed certification. He also granted him paid leave to stabilize childcare and transition. Rafi couldn't speak. Years of grief, exhaustion, and buried dreams surged up and broke open. Oren hugged him tightly. The employees clapped. Some even cried.